Welcome back to the channel. This is Jared from Rustin Rich's Garage. We wanted to share some footage that we took down in Daytona Beach at the spring turkey rod run. Check it out, and as always, remember, look, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Well, hello there. This is Jared from Rustin Rich's Garage, and we got a special guest today, Joshua. We are at Daytona Speedway at the Daytona Turkey Rod Run. We found this sweet 57 Caddy that's a work in progress that we want to show you guys. So let's look at it real quick. The 57's always had a funny back end. It's very unique. Look at this. This is pretty cool. But this car is very nice. It's definitely a work in progress. Looks like they're doing some interior work to it. They've got the door cards off of it, but look, check out the dash. I'm a very big dash guy. We got the Rat Pack. The Rat Pack. All right, let's see what else we can do, guys. All right, everyone, I'm gonna show you a really cool Dodge Ram truck, the SRT-10. Dodge made these from 2004 to 2006. I used to personally own a 2005 quad cab. This truck here I'm about to show you is super special. This is a commemorative edition. It's white with the blue stripes. They made 200 of these trucks. I was trying to read the dash plaque on it. It's truck 50 something, 54, 58. I couldn't see exactly, but let me flip it around. I'll show you what we got. Josh is checking it out, so check this thing out. These have the V10 Viper motors in them. This thing is so clean. It's definitely got some aftermarket stuff done to it, but wow, what a truck. Check out the interior of these. These are so neat. So the regular cab trucks would have the 6-speed manual in them. All your quad cab trucks would have the heavy duty automatic overdrive. But every SRT 10 truck we see, we will definitely take a quick little vid, but I mean, one of 200 trucks ever made in the commemorative edition. How cool is that? Here at Daytona. Come check it out. All right, everyone, so I have a super soft spot in my heart for a C2 Corvette. Just ran across a beautiful 65 Roadster. Looks like it's got a 327, 365 horse Muncie 4-speed car, silver, knockoff wheels, side pipe car. This is super neat. Let's take a peek at it. Has the luggage rack on the back. I don't care for that, but it's super neat to see one, and a trailer hitch to boot. It's got the knockoff wheels, side pipes, beautiful interior. Even the clock works. Very, very nice. So it appears we have a 365 horse 327 small block. It's like non-power brake car. Does have the transistor ignition. Beautiful car. And we will definitely have more C2 Corvettes to come. I'm going to do a special kind of highlight on C2s as well. We're going to do a little tutorial on first generation Camaros. That's my wheelhouse. I personally have a 69. It's my favorite year, but we're going to show you the difference between a 7, an 8, and a 9 on those, and probably some other ones, so stay tuned. World of racing, folks. Check out the grandstands. All right, so I told you guys that we're gonna do kind of a quick comparison between the first generation Camaros along with the C2 Corvettes. So we've got a 67 here. So the first generation Camaro runs from 67 to 69. I personally own a 69. This here is a 67 that I'm about to show you, and I'm going to document with you guys kind of if you're walking up, and this car is not stock by any means. This car has an LS motor in it and a bunch of stuff done to it, but the body is very stock. So how you can tell the difference is on a 67, first glance when you walk up to a 67 Camaro, you're going to have vent window. And then if you look real close down the side, you have no marker lights. So on a 68 and a 9 car, you're going to have marker lights. 67, you have no marker lights and you have a vent window. So that's a quick little way to tell kind of a 67 apart from an 8. 69 is all by itself. All right, so back on our C2 Corvette journey, ran across a 66. I want to show you guys real quick how you can kind of tell a 66 big block car. First glance, you're going to see kind of a bubbled hood with a side exit. That is specific to a 66 big block car. This is a 427 car, 4-speed, real nice car. But just a quick overview, if you're walking up on a 66 big block car, everybody knows a 67 car because it has a Stinger hood. A 66 car will have this style hood if it is a big block. All right, so back on our C2 journey again, I'm going to show you guys a 64 Roadster car. Real quick, this is a real pretty car, very original car. I'm going to show you the side louvers. This is one way to look at a 64 car as well. And then I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video, but the instrument cluster on a 64 car and a 3 car is different from the later second generation. This does not have knockoff wheels on it. These are just hubcaps with knockoff simulators on them. But altogether, real nice car. All right, we have been taking so many videos for you guys and girls. It's going to be awesome. I'm a Corvette guy. Heart and heart, always love Corvettes. We've done a lot of C2 stuff today in Daytona. I'm gonna go to a generation that is not real popular with the Corvette community. It's starting to get a little more traction, but the C4, the 4th generation, so that's 1984 to 1996. These cars were unreal for their time. The suspension upgrades, the engine, everything, the way they ride, they really put the Corvette on the map. And a lot of Corvette guys kind of rag these cars, but truthfully the Corvette would not be where it is today without these cars. But without further ado, I'm going to show you a 1991 car, and this is, for those of you that know anything about the 4th generation, the king of the hill. This is the ZR1. This is the ultimate 4th generation Corvette. They released the ZR1 in 1990. This is a 91. It is a yellow car. So, cool fact about the ZR1s are actually wider than a standard C4 Corvette. I'll show you the back of it in just a second. I'm going to show you the window sticker. They have extra deep dish wheels. You see the inset. That's another way to kind of tell a ZR1 wheel. It's very inset. And then the back of it, if you're looking at it, if you park a standard 84 to 96 Corvette next to this car is extremely wider. I can't remember the exact dimension, just like 2 inches or something like that. But this, I wish the hood was up to show you the engine. This had a Mercury Marine engine in it. Kind of zoom in on the package here so you can see it. Corvette yellow is the color, I couldn't remember. So it's 32 valve Mercury engine, Corvette yellow. This car was $65,000 in 1991. That's a lot of money. But these cars are going up now, and the C4s, the Grand Sports and the ZR1s are the ones that are pulling the money. The base cars are starting to go up, but you can buy these cars for a bargain still. I see ZR1s a lot in the 20s, and that is the ultimate king of the hill. Put your mullet out, put the target top off, and let's get to work, son. Okay, so continuing on our C2 Corvette journey here, just ran across a beautiful 63. So the C2 Corvette is 63 to 67. This will be the first year for the 2nd generation. Typically a 3 would be a split window. This is a convertible car. But let's check it out. I'll kind of show you what makes a 63. So a lot of people will ask, well, how do you tell it's a 63 if it's a convertible car? Everybody knows a coupe, the split window. That's the ultimate tell to notice what a 63 is, but in a coupe it's a little different. But right off the rip, if you're walking up to a 63 to 67 Corvette convertible, if you want to see if it's a 63, I'm gonna flip it around and show you guys. You see the hood? So the hood here looks like an egg grate hood. That is 63 only. So that's one quick way to tell just walking up to it. This is a small block 327, 300 horse core. Beautiful. Let's see. We do have the 4-speed, red on black with a white top. This is a super nice car. The 63s don't get a lot of love in split window form, but this is a very nice car. Okay, so I told you guys that we have been doing second generation Corvette videos. We have been doing first generation Camaro videos. We're also going to do the Tri-5 Chevy. One of my favorites, Tri-5 Chevy, is 55, 6, and 7. We just ran across this super patinaed 4-door 57 car. So throughout all my other videos, I'm going to clump all these together so you can see how to tell a 55, a 6, and 7 apart. But for now, let me just show you this 57. It's really freaking cool.
But I have a 66 Mustang. It's a piece of shit, but it's a really cool car. Thanks for taking that.
So 57s have the big tail fins on the back. 57's a very unique car. I always call this my grandpa's car because, you know, a 55 is the car. But the 7s have grown on me over the years, the older I get. But this thing has got some cool patina to it. You're seeing 4-door cars more and more and more. And I'm a 4-door guy. This is what I do. So I was rocking the 4-doors 15 years ago when they weren't cool. Now everybody's building them because they can't afford a 2-door, or just strictly they're hard to find. So yeah, let's rock the 4-door train. This guy's definitely going on the channel. Super cool. All right, we've located another SRT10 truck. So like we talked about, 04, 05, 06. This should be an 05 regular cab truck. Very, very clean, very original. Even has the original air intake on it. This is going to be a 6-speed truck. So the other truck we showed you was a commemorative edition truck. This would be just a regular SRT10 Viper truck. These trucks are getting hard to find. They didn't make very many of them to begin with. They've all been crashed. My 05 I had was this exact color, but it was quad cab. And unfortunately mine was wrecked and I put it back together, but ultimately got rid of it. It had some issues. This would be kind of like a bucket list truck for me if I was going to buy another one. I don't like red anything, and on an SRT10 a red truck is just gorgeous. But let's look at this monster behemoth again. 505 horsepower of straight monster. All right, so we've been at the rod run all day. It's Saturday. The Mercedes has been giving us a little bit of problems. Don't have much throttle response. The fuel filters are ancient. There's an inline fuel filter that we cannot get. So we're actually going to bypass that. And we bought some new fuel hose. And then we bought a new spin-on filter. We're in the O'Reilly's parking lot, Daytona Beach. And Josh is currently working on that. And I'm going to try to videotape a little bit of what we're doing. Like I said, we just basically replaced like 2 foot of 5/16 hose that had an inline filter in it. The filter was completely black. I've got it right here to show you guys. Look at this thing. We don't know if that's any of the problem. You know, best case scenario, it needs to be changed anyway. We've kind of had this problem since we left, but it seems like it's progressively gotten worse. We have no throttle response at low RPM, which we could have a turbo issue, we could have a fueling issue, or clogged filters. So this thing still has the original filters from the first video. We didn't have time to change them before we left, unfortunately. So we're going to change the obvious stuff first and see if it helps any. It may not help, but either way, it needs to be done. We're not broke down, the car will still run, all that good stuff. We're gonna have to bleed the injector lines here in a few. And then we're gonna go to Ocean Deck and eat some cold shrimp and drink some beer. So we'll keep you guys posted. Later. All right, guys and girls. We are somewhere around DeLand, Florida. We just left. We've been camping for the weekend, went to the rod run. Has to be an adventure. The camper finally broke down. Looks like we have some fueling issues. Pulled the fuel filter off and it looked like mud water. So Josh is on the way to go get a fuel filter and some more seafoam. Hopefully we're gonna get this thing back up and going. I kind of made a mistake. The gas gauge doesn't work and we ran out of gas 2 days ago, and pretty sure we sucked up a lot of trash and mud water off the bottom of the tank. So it's sporadically running, cutting off, stalling, whatever. So here we are, we're in the middle lane in this big old behemoth. It's a happy Sunday. We'll keep you posted. This is what I like to see, getting rescued by Josh. Look at that fine machine right there. Got to get rescued in the 81 300 SD. It's still running. However, this, to be determined. Let's see what Josh has found. Well, anything?
Oh, we got fuel filters.
We got fuel filters.
Starting fluid.
All right. Oh, we got popos. All right. Nothing short of exciting.
Never normal.
All right, so we wanted to show y'all kind of what we're working with. So this is the fuel filter that was plumbed in the back near the gas tank. It looks like straight mud water when we dumped it out, and these are not supposed to be heavy. This thing feels like you could chunk it at your ex-wife. And if you can do that with a fuel filter, this is plugged. So hopefully we'll get some of this trash out and we'll see what happens. scared to see what that fuel is going to look like running through that new filter. So we got a clear filter. The old one was a metal one, but we want to get a clear filter to see what's actually going through this thing. We came down here from Georgia about 6 hours and ran several tanks of gas through its 50-gallon tanks, but the gas gauge doesn't work, and when I ran out of gas, unfortunately, you know, bottom of this old 40-something-year-old tank full of crud and corrosion and rust, and biting me in the butt. So remember, folks, change your filters and do not run your gas tank low. It will cost you. Already filled up with gas?
No. Remember I had a big dog right here? Oh. I was trying to get the tape. Use what you have. Damn. Kind of scared me a little bit.
Working up a lunch appetite. Get this bad boy running right so we can get some lunch. Lunch and some cold beverages.
Go attempt to start it.
Go attempt to start it. All right. Let's see what happens, folks. Allegro. Ready? Fire in the hole. Getting any fuel?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Nice and clean too. It's clean.
We're getting clean fuel. All right. May have just been that filter just being completely plugged. We're gonna hope that's what the problem is. All right, we'll stay tuned. Well, fuel filter has changed. Everything is going great. Seems to be running well. So we are gonna go ahead and grab some grub. We got about a 5-6 hour trip, probably longer than that in this big old behemoth. But we're gonna go grab some cold drinks and grab some food. So stay tuned. I don't think Josh knows where he's going. Or maybe he does, and he was just being nice, finding me a place to park. How about that? Find you a good friend. See? That's a good friend right there. Let's go get some grub. Well, everyone, we are rolling in the camper. Mercedes is in front of me. I don't know exactly where we're at. We're 30-40 miles from Ocala, Florida. Camper's doing great. A little update from being broke down before with the fuel issue. Changed the filter, that solved all of our problems. It's running wonderful. Our newest problem that we developed is the speedometer would occasionally bounce on me. Well, we don't have a gas gauge that works, so we solely rely off of the odometer. Well, the bad news is the speedometer just quit working. So we're gonna pull over here when we find a spot and see if the cable is tight to the speedometer housing, and hopefully we can get that back working. If not, we're gonna have to be really particular on mileage, because the Mercedes, fun fact, the speedometer and odometer in it does not work. So luckily the fuel gauge in the Mercedes works, but it does not in the camper. And as of right now, we have no speedometer, no odometer in either vehicle, which on this big camper we desperately need to try to kind of figure gas out. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what we find and if we get it working again. Thanks for following, guys. All right, so a little update on the speedometer issue. It miraculously started working by itself again, so we're gonna keep on trucking. We are not gonna stop. We're just gonna keep going. But she's not exactly right, but hey, odometer's working. That's all I need.